to White Star Yoga. This is a lovely restorative, gentle flow practice. So a couple of things that you will need. I'm starting off with having a little bit of extra cushioning for me underneath my body. So I just used a blanket, or you can use a towel. And then you're going to be needing 2 yoga bricks as well for this. So if you don't have the yoga bricks, another option are large thick books. You kind of really want to make sure that the surface is nice and even. You can use cushions, but you know, you kind of want them good thickness, but also, you know, like I said, you want the surface pretty much even as well. So we're going to actually just start off lying down, and then I'm just going to get you to place the brick underneath the back of the head. So when you're ready, come to lie yourself down, and then just with that one brick, you're just going to kind of adjust yourself so you've got the back of your head onto your brick. We're going to start with the feet onto the mat, hands onto the belly. So you just want to find yourself just trying to let your shoulders drop and release away from your ears. Again, maybe have a little quick roll out in your head, just making sure that your head is nice and squared off. Let your eyes just close. And as the hands are on the belly, I want you to really just feel your breath move inwards, move outwards. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just a little sighs. Just letting go of that out breath. And once more. And then just lightly close in your mouth. Just let your breath move in through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. With your hands just gently placed on your belly, just feel the rise, the fall of your abdomen. Notice your body just becoming that little bit more softer, that little bit more relaxed. And this is all about nurturing, healing your body, soothing your nervous system. Just slowing right down. And then on your next in-breath, just slowly let your arms move up towards the ceiling. Soft elbows, start to circle your hands. So maybe your eyes are open, maybe your eyes are still closed. And then change in direction. Again, these lovely circles just to loosen up. And then from here we're going to just start to make small circles with the arms. So again, soft elbows. Relax into your shoulder girdle. And then change in direction. And then as you breathe in, let your arms reach up towards the ceiling, palms face one another. And then you're going to just lift your shoulders, the shoulder blades peeling off the mat. And then as you exhale, cross those arms over, hug the arms around. And then from here, just keeping the head onto the brick, but just roll out your shoulders. So just this lovely little rock, side to side. And then bringing those arms back up, recrossing the arms over with the opposite arm in front. And again, hands soft, fingers soft, and then just this nice, lovely little rock out. And then coming back to centre. Inhale, breathing those arms back up. So you have the option now to turn those palms forwards, taking those arms back. Now maybe you don't take them all the way back, or maybe you do, depending obviously on your shoulders. And then just extend now through those legs, so stretching those legs away, and just enjoy this lovely full stretch up. And then as you exhale, slowly begin to bring your hands now either side of your brick or to the back of the head if you're not using a brick. And then you're going to lift the head off the mat. Now really point the toes, chin to chest, so you're looking at your toes. Keep pointing those toes, stretching through those legs, chin to chest, stretching out that neck. And then slowly lower that head down, release those arms. And then once again, bending those knees onto the mat. Breathe your arms out to the sides, and then just drop the knees to the left, rolling the head to the right. Now what you can see here is, I'm going to drop my knees and then just add a little lift and then that twist. Back to centre, dropping the knees, a little twist, and then a little lift off. And then you can build this up by maybe just dropping and then a little swing. Centre, drop, and then that swing. So yeah, you want to make sure that you've got space either side. And then what we're going to do is take that brick away and then continue to move into this drop, this twist, this drop, this twist. And then just once more each side. Great for just loosening out that lower back. And then from here, very slowly, just bring the soles of the feet together. Knees just gently open. So we're not holding here for too long, but again, if this is quite an ask into this lovely hip opener, another option is just to lift up and then shift your hands underneath your buttocks. And again, another option, make little fists and then just sitting underneath. Focus on that breath, steady as you go, steady as you go. And then from here, hands move to the outside of the legs, drawing those knees together, and then knees into the chest. So you just kind of want to feel this lovely squeezing in, toes relaxed. So with your hands, just very, very soft, hands around fronts of the legs, or option, take the knees wider, and then have the hands to the backs of the knees. That's also a nice little option as well. So just find yourself just breathing into your lower back, around the buttocks, that softness in the hips, into that fold. And then as you breathe in, let your arms, your legs radiate upwards. So you're going to push the heel of the hands up towards the ceiling, and then push those heels. Ooh, nice little stretch in the backs, those legs. And then softening those knees gently back down and towards you. So the knees, nice and wide. And then just start to circle your feet. So just again, now we're loosening that into the ankles. And then option, you can do this one leg at a time. So if you find it too much holding both knees into you, then you can just maybe do one leg at a time. And then changing direction with the feet. A little bit of cracking going on my ankles. And then as you inhale, breathing those legs, arms back up towards the ceiling. Again, pushing the heel of the hand, pushing the heels. And then from here, we're going to turn the toes, stretch the fingertips up. And then from here, slowly breathe those arms either back behind you or just slightly back. Inhale, as you exhale, bending those knees, and then coming into a lovely right angle with those legs. So knees in line to those hips. And then you're going to breathe those arms back up towards the ceiling, down by your side. So here we are focusing on just keeping this lovely core engaged. Inhale, as you exhale, just gently press that right leg away from you. Have a little hold, a little hover with that right leg off. Lowering that right leg down and then shifting that left knee into the chest, pointing those toes. Inhaling, as you exhale, breathe that right knee in towards you, hugging in. Inhaling, as you exhale, arms by your side, legs back into that right angle. So flex those feet, knees in line to those hips, shoulders relaxed, navel pressing down in towards the lower back, into the spine, spine to the mat. Inhale, as you exhale, this time pressing that left leg away. So find that hold, find that bit of control, find that squeeze, and then lowering that left leg, pointing the toes, arms hug around that right leg, squeezing in. And then exhale, bringing that left knee back in, that little hug. This time, we're going to just soften the legs and feet apart, and then just rock, just rock, just rock. And that's why it's quite nice having, you know, a little extra cushioning support for your lower back, especially if you find that the, you know, your bones slightly kind of dig into the floor. If you need a bit more cushioning, it's quite nice having that bit of extra cushioning. And then from here, we'll come into happy baby pose. So really lovely one for stretching out around the pelvis through the lower back. So you're going to extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Now, option here, you may want to have something to place underneath your lower back. So as you exhale, start to bend your knees towards the underarm. So they're moving towards the sides of my body. And my hands are going to either reach to the outside of my feet or my ankles, or hands reaching to the inside of the feet or the ankles. And then you're just softening into this, breathing down. So for me, I prefer to hold the outside of my feet. I'm keeping my feet flexed here, so really make sure that the soles of your feet are facing up towards the ceiling. Relax the shoulders. So you're engaging your biceps here to help pull those knees down. So again, we want to try and really stretch out through that lower back, around the pelvis. You may even find you get it into the hamstrings, maybe shifting into the head of the muscles that hooks up into the glutes as well. So again, soften and drop, soften and drop. And a nice little option here is to maybe also do that little rock from side to side. Shoulders relaxed, shoulders relaxed. And then holding. And then when you're ready, slowly taking those arms, legs up, and then a nice little shake out. Good shake out. In fact, really vigorous. Go for it. And release. Getting that lovely tingling feeling. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then again, placing those hands back onto the belly. Taking a nice deep breath in. And a slow breath out once more. And then slowly from here, you're going to just gently roll your body to one side and then making your way up to sitting. So we always roll to the side, so we're never forcing our body into any poses that do not feel comfortable and right for us. So we're just going to now shift ourselves. So you're going to turn lengthways on the mat. So with this, we're going to have these bricks come into action. So I'm now going to just roll my blanket. So I'm going to add a little bit of cushioning for my knees here. Now with the bricks, you can have them widthways or upright. The choice is yours. So we're going to just stretch out through the triceps, working through into getting this gorgeous, delicious lat stretch as well. So depending obviously the height you want, you choose. I'm going to come upright with my bricks. So your elbows are coming onto the bricks, and then you just want to make sure, checking that they are nice and even. Walk the knees slightly back, so palms come to touch. Your weight is off your heels, not onto your heels, and then you're pushing the hips back. So I'm letting my head drop in between my shoulders, and let the thumbs rest to the nape of the neck, and then keep pushing, sinking back, pushing, sinking back. So I'm just really getting that delicious chest stretch in through the triceps, opening through into the shoulders. And again, maybe that choice of maybe pushing back a little bit more. and then slowly releasing those arms, hands shifting down. And then with those bricks now, you're having them with your palms onto the bricks, so we're now turning them downwards. Again, bring the big toes to touch, knees nice and wide, so again that's support of your knees if need be. So the hips this time are sinking back onto the heels, and then your arms reach forwards, keep those hands onto those bricks, and again find that lovely reach, stretch it out. So I can feel that I'm much tighter around my my right shoulder blade actually. So yeah, just kind of, you know, be aware when you're in these moments of stillness, as you're breathing, let your body really sink and take note of where you're feeling it. And then we're going to lift the head, slide those bricks slightly over to that top left corner, and then push your hips to the bottom right corner. So now our focus, our intention is down that right side. So we want to keep the hips pushing back, square off those shoulders, get that stretch down that right side, and then lifting, shifting to that top right corner. So the reason that we keep the bricks in line is that actually it keeps everything else in line, i.e. your shoulders, and then just again that lovely reach, that lovely length. So the arms reaching to that top right corner, pushing hips to that bottom left corner, and that lovely delicious stretch now down your left side. And then lifting that head, shifting those bricks, and then from here just return to either your hands to your knees and then sinking back onto your heels. Option, maybe use that brick between your buttocks and your heels. So you keep this lovely line through the spine, shoulders relaxed, and then just now roll out through those shoulders. So you're pushing forwards, up, back, and down. Forwards, up, back, and down. And then changing, so you're pushing back, up, forwards and down. Again, my hands just stay nice and soft. And then from here, inhale, circling that right arm all the way up, back behind you, and then looking back. And then this time, once more, circling that right arm, looking back, and then wrap, and then into that twist. So looking behind that right shoulder, really using your eye muscles here to stretch out. And then closing, coming back to centre. And then circling that left arm forwards, up, back, looking back. And then once more, so you're circling forwards, all the way up, all the way back. Left arm wraps around the back, right arm around the front. And then again, twisting, bringing that left shoulder back, looking behind that left shoulder. Breathe into it, breathe into that twist. Opening that left shoulder, looking back, closing the eyes, return back to centre. Exhale, dropping the chin to the chest. Inhaling, rolling that head to the right. Slowly back, over to the left. Chin to chest, and then to the left. Slowly back, over to the right. Chin to chest, head to centre. Inhaling, breathing those arms out to the sides, up towards the ceiling. And then we're returning now to the hands, to those knees. So for now we don't need those bricks, so just taking them to one side. So you're coming with the toes tucked under, hands under those shoulders, and really think about spreading those fingertips. Take a nice deep in-breath, and then as you exhale, moving through into cat stretch. From here, sinking back into extended child's pose. Inhaling, coming back through to the hands to the knees, but this time into cow. Inhaling, exhale to cat. And then continue the exhalation into extended child's pose. We're keeping those toes tucked under, returning to the hands to the knees, and then arching, lifting. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, exhaling, extending back. Inhaling to the hands to the knees. This time, inhaling, opening. Exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling, pushing back. One more round. Hands to the knees. And then from here, moving back through into cat stretch, tucking those toes under if you had them flat. And then we're moving into a soft down dog. So the knees are staying soft, reach and lift and lengthen back. So elbows soft. A nice little look from right to left, right to left. And then a nod out for yes. And no. And then slowly. So you always want to make sure when you move through into downward dog, you keep your legs, your feet parallel. So that's always a real good little pointer. And then really think about spreading those fingers as well when you're on the hands. So just taking the arms in front of you, again, sorry. So buttocks either to the heels or bring those bricks, buttocks, and then bricks and then to the heels. And then just circling off and then changing direction. And then taking a nice deep in-breath to open, to lift that chin, lifting that chest to open. Exhale, returning back to the hands to the knees. So this is where you're going to take both of your bricks now into action. So, working into those hips. You want both bricks stacked one on top of the other, hands onto your bricks. You're going to shift those knees back and you're going to step your left foot to the top of the mat, so maybe you help it through. So what I'd like you to do here is just check in that you've got space through that left foot to that right knee, and you're able to really open through this right hip. So the hands go onto the brick to keep that chest lifted and open. So here we are. And then when you're ready, inhale, breathe that right arm out to the side, up towards the ceiling. Exhaling back down. Inhaling, breathing, over into that twist. Exhaling back and down once more. So now you have the option to maybe come onto those elbows. So the palms softly touching. And then again, sinking those hips forwards and down. So we're moving them towards the lizard pose. But this is, like I said, a very gentle practice, restorative way. So don't force yourself in these poses. Just feel it enough, but don't, force it. Let it just kind of naturally happen for you. And then from here, we're going to just now, maybe, option, tuck the toes under and then lift that back knee off. So we're pushing that right heel away. Shoulders still stay away from our ears. We want to think about that spacing. And then you're keeping that left knee close towards that left shoulder. Ooh, nice stretch into those hip flexors. Working into those hips. Softening that back knee down. Shifting the hands back onto those bricks. Let your hips sink back. So from here, we're coming into half splits. So, bricks, either side of that left leg, and then just shifting your left leg more to the centre of the mat. Stay nice and upright. Think about that length, chest open. As you exhale, then enjoy that hinging from those hips. So we're keeping that back lovely and long. Again, this is a very, very gentle practice, so just work with it, stay with it. If you need to come out with it. But we're not forcing ourselves to go in too deep, too strong. We're just working in a nice, gentle, calming, soothing way. Inhaling, returning back up. So from here, hands come on down, taking that left leg back. And then from here, coming up onto those knees. And then you're going to shift those bricks either side. So, inhaling, lifting up. So we come into a supported camel pose. As you exhale, move into that back bend. Option, maybe take the bricks back a little bit further. So again, we're squeezing, activating those glutes. And then really making sure that you're checking that you're keeping this lovely line to open, to breathe into it. Maybe you support your lower back. You can come a little bit deeper, but again, this is not about overstretching, it's just about enjoying that lovely back bend. Inhaling, coming back up. And then from here, returning back. to the hands, to the knees, and then we're shifting those bricks. And then we're shifting now that right foot to the top. So think about those bricks moving forwards, hands onto those bricks, chest staying open. Letting those hips sink down, down, down. Everything working to your own level, your own ability. And then remember, if you need to come out of the pose, come out of it, have that little rest, and then come back into it as well. So maybe this option is to lower your elbows downwards. So we're keeping that knee and then in line. So I know I'm just kind of slightly off here, so this is where I need to make my adjustments accordingly. So bricks in line, shoulders relaxed, and again that space between your right foot and your left knee. Relax, 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 breathe into it. Your breath is your best friend, work with it, always work with it. And then again, maybe that option, tucking the toes under, lifting that back knee off and then pushing that back heel away. Oh yeah! I am much tighter in my left hip flexor. So again, maybe you're feeling it around the pelvis, into the hip flexor, maybe around here, you know, we can feel it, you know, in different areas. We're all different, so, you know, each body is different, everybody is different, so, you know, we'll be feeling it in different areas. Lowering that back knee, and then shifting the weight back onto those hands, coming back upright, very nice. And then you're just easing back, so half splits, bricks, changeroo here. Shifting the leg to the centre of the mat, so you're keeping your hips squared off. And then hands just very light onto those bricks. Find that lift, and then that exhalation, finding that fold. So again, we're not overreaching, we're just working into it, that hinge from the hips. Yeah, there it is from the hips. Woo, there it is. And then again, keep working that length. Relax those shoulders. Keep lifting those toes. And then that in breath, returning back up, shifting the hands, easing, easing, and then coming to your hands to your knees, and then coming to sit onto your heels, or again, option, use your bricks to come to sit on. So I'm now going to turn to face you. And I'm just going to shift this over a little bit more. So again, it's always about the comfort, the support for yourself. So I'm just going to get you to now, in fact, if you're not using your bricks, you can always bring them in front. So I'm just going to stretch out through the wrists here. So I'm going to take my bricks in front of me and then to stretch away. Now option, if you haven't got your bricks spare, this is maybe where you take the fingertips towards you, or look, you do one at a time. And you're just working on lengthening, and then you're lifting the thumb out to the side. So if you're doing one at a time, change over. So fingertips facing towards you, this is such a great stretch, especially, you know, if you're so, actually we all are, we're all very hands-on, so it is really important just to really nourish our wrists, and then again that thumb's lifted, and then easy enough, shake it out, always nice good shake out. And then from here, let the palms face upwards, find that lovely lift, that length. Inhale as you exhale, dropping the chin to the chest. Inhaling, circling that head to the right. Slowly back, over to the left. Chin to chest. Inhaling, rolling the head to the left. Slowly back, over to the right. Nice crunching going on. Chin to chest. And then bringing the head back to centre. And then from here, you're going to shift your chin in front of your left shoulder. And then you're taking your left hand to the back of your head and then just gently pressing down. Returning back to centre and then turning. So you're turning to the right, you're dropping your chin in front of that right shoulder, right hand moves to the back of the head and then just gently press relaxing down. Nice little stretch up through the neck. And then returning back to centre. Inhaling, breathing those arms out to the sides, all the way up. And then returning to the hands, to those knees. So we're going to come into gate pose, a little bit more work into those hips. So again, this is maybe where you use just one of your bricks. So I'm going to start with my right leg. So right leg shifting out to the side. Your brick shifts to the inside of your foot. Now you can have it upright or you can have it down. I'm just going to have it like so. So actually, using the brick keeps a check that your foot stays facing outwards rather than turning in. So you're following that line all the way through to that right big toe. Inhaling, breathing those arms out to the side, so shoulder height. Relax the shoulders. And then as you exhale, bring that right hand down, left arm moving up. So you're using your right arm to help open your right hip. And then my hips, we're going to sink down. So again, maybe moving that brick. So look, now you have the option to come down with the hand, or maybe you take the brick away and then find that stretch. So we're going to circle that left arm, so either looking forwards or looking up, circling, down, up and around. Oh, very nice. Once more. And then inhaling, coming back up and then releasing. So changing over, so taking that left foot out. So again, maybe that brick upright. So just changing over. So I'm just kind of adjusting, sorry, to make sure that you are seeing it in view. So that lovely in-breath, breathe and open. Relax those shoulders again. So you're sinking down, taking that left hand down, right arm moving up. Keep that lovely opener. So again, maybe changing that brick to suit you to open. So your left hand to keep that left hip open. And then from here, circling that right arm. Breathe and open through that right shoulder. Last time. Yes. Inhaling, coming back up. Release. And then shifting back to either sit onto those heels, or another option here is that you can then maybe use your bricks and then shift the bricks in between you to come upright. And then we're going to take those arms back behind, interlace those fingers, squeeze those shoulder blades together, draw the arms down and back, keep lifting that chin, keep lifting that chest. And then release. Drop the chin to the chest. Inhaling, rolling that head to the right. Slowly back, soft mouth. All the way around. And then over to the left. Slowly back. Over to the right. Chin to chest. And then slowly coming up here. Returning to your hands to your knees. And then we're going to just shift those bricks now. And then we're going to come to turn sideways. So you're using both of your bricks. So wide legs. Now if you find yourself kind of tucking the pelvis underneath, by all means sit yourself onto a brick. So you want to make sure that your back is lovely and long. And actually we're working on opening the inside of the legs and also keeping the legs as long as we can. So with your bricks here, you can do some stacking, do some building up. Building up, buttercup. So hands onto those bricks, inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, hinge forwards. And then maybe taking those bricks further forwards, and then again, maybe bringing the hands, relaxing that head. So you have the option to just fold and then release. Fold and then into the release. Breathe into the backs of those legs, to the inside of those legs. So a little pointer here, keep the toes facing upwards. The minute the toes kind of roll inwards, you're not getting the stretch through the adductors, so you want to really work that length. So maybe even take the legs a little bit wider, maybe even move your bricks a bit further forwards, maybe even change the bricks around, and then move into that forward fold. Again, you are supported, you are nurtured into those bricks. So we're keeping the bricks. Now again, you have the option, if you want to take the bricks away, but again, this practice is very much restorative and gentle. So, you know, just like I said, always be kind to yourself. Don't overforce in the stretching. That's not what this session's about, this practice is about. And then breathe into it. And then maybe on that next in-breath, shifting, slowly coming back up. We're going to breathe those arms out to the sides, up towards the ceiling. Left hand moves down, right arm moving up. Inhaling, coming back up. And then right hand down, left arm moving across. So you're just breathing and flowing. Breathing in as you come up, breathing out as you move to the side. And then the option with the hands, maybe you come to the inside of the leg. So maybe you don't hold the leg or the foot, maybe the hand is resting to the inside. Into that stretch, to centre, into that stretch. Oh, delicious. Coming up, moving to the left. Last time, over to the right. Keep pushing those heels away from you. Toes up towards the ceiling. And then return back to centre. So taking those bricks away, so make sure that you've got space. Easing those legs together. Ooh, my chihuahua. And then a good shake out. And then just let the legs, the feet roll inwards, rolling outwards. Again, when those muscles have been held under tension, it's so nice to, just like I said, let it go, to shake it out or roll it out. Listen to your body. We hold on to so much tension and tightness. This is about just releasing in a soft, supportive way. But when you feel that you're holding, let it go. Even if you're not doing your physical asana practice, your yoga practice. Just maybe take the time out in your daily life just to have a shake out and, just let it go. So now we're going to finish with a lovely supported back bend. So those of you that do attend my restorative classes, this is a bit of a top one, favourite of mine. So we're going to shift the brick. So you're kind of making a T shape here. So just making sure that you've got space and support. I'm actually going to slightly adjust here because of my blanket. And actually, this is another option, is to use that as well. So you can, now if you've got bolsters, this is also, this is where you'd use your bolster, yeah? So use it lengthways, but I don't have a bolster, so this is why I'm doing it like this. Now the idea is that you're in this supported back bend, the chest is opening, and you want your shoulders, that they're coming off. You don't want the shoulders upright, you want the shoulders off the bricks to drop into this lovely release. So kind of adjust yourself accordingly, and then easing yourself down. So you kind of got to get a feel for it, that you're getting enough support and cushioning. So I'm going to just move this brick slightly. So my shoulders are dropping off. My neck is open to my throat, to my face, and I'm just into this lovely release. Now with the hands, you can either have them onto the belly, you can have your arms away with your palms facing upwards. Option with the legs, you can stay with your feet onto the mat. So if you notice, the buttocks is sitting down, that chest is open and the shoulders are off. This is such a lovely one to do just before bed. So maybe even stacking your pillows, that you've got this lovely chest open onto your bed. And then option with the feet is bring the soles of the feet together to let the knees just drop and open. So now we feel this lovely wave of softness run through the front of our body, the support nurturing of the back of our body. The breath steady, continuous. And actually really just check in, let your tongue rest to the roof of your mouth, so you really do consciously relax the jaw, the softness around your mouth, the smoothness of your eyes, everything soft, everything light, everything open. Open to all those possibilities of being free, of being calm, and just being. It's just a couple more breaths right here. I love this one. And then slowly bringing your hands to support the outside of your legs. I'm dropping my elbows onto the floor to then shift my knees back upright. You're going to roll your body to one side. So if you are pregnant, you always roll to your left. And then slowly easing yourself upright. So we're just going to finish with just sitting tall, relaxing those shoulders. And actually close your eyes and just smile. Feel the lightness across your face, the energy radiating within you, around you. How much more open, calmer, and amazing that you feel, but also that you are. Namaste.